For the record, this really does feel like a killing me kind of a room.
Not big on trust, are you?
Trust is for children and dogs. There's only one person you can trust.
Yourself? I like it. Slap it on a t-shirt.
I really like that statement. One, because as a psychotherapist, I think that that is all of our journey. And I think that for the show, this is Loki's journey. It is all about him learning to trust and find out who he really is.
I live within whatever path I choose.
Sure you do. Okay, come have a seat.
This is one of the traits of narcissistic personality disorder, is that the rules do not apply to them. That whatever rules everyone else has to deal with, they want to have better treatment, special treatment, and they have that fantasy of power and control over themselves and everyone around them.
You don't know anything about me.
Maybe I'd like to learn. I specialize in the pursuit of dangerous variants.
Like myself.
No particularly dangerous variants. You're just a little pussycat.
This is interesting because it brings up two different pieces. One is that someone with narcissism will exploit those around them for personal gain, and pretty much almost any means necessary in order to get what they really want. The other piece is it's really interesting what Mobius did there. So knowing Loki so well and that he has all of these narcissistic traits, he knocks him down a peg. You're a pussycat, which for someone with a fragile ego is a huge hit. So right away that catches Loki's attention. It hurts him because underneath the veil of all of this grandiosity that narcissists project, it's actually shielding themselves from their true fear that they are not good enough, that they are not strong enough, and that they are envious of everyone else that they see as being more successful than themselves.
Mock me if you dare.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm actually a fan. Yeah, and I guess I'm wondering, why does someone with so much range just want to rule?
People with narcissistic personality disorder need admirers. They need people that like them, that want them. And these are the people that they keep around them because they're in continual need of having their ego fed. And you can even see the hurt on Loki's face when he says the ruler of space or king of space, that kind of hurt him, that he's being mocked. Because inside of his own head, these critical thoughts are running rampant. This bravado that is projected so strongly outwards is so that no one really takes a look at all of the cracks that are underneath the surface of, I'm not good enough, I'm not going to be loved, and I'm not going to be successful.
For nearly every living thing, choice breeds shame and uncertainty and regret.
You said nearly every living thing, so I'm guessing you don't fall into that category.
The timekeepers have built quite the circus.
So this is a really this seems like a real psychotherapy session, doesn't it? Because here we are, Loki talking about how, one, everyone almost always takes the wrong path, and that leads to their greatest shame. Then Mobius noting that he spoke about everyone else and not about himself. So the rules don't apply to him, don't they? Isn't that what this show is really about? Loki taking a look at all of the errors that he's made in his past and hopefully coming to terms with them and being a stronger and better, yet still hopefully mischievous Loki at the end of it.
The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
I love that one because it kind of shows how he needs that feeling of security in his own intelligence. This shows how strong of a narcissist Loki really is, because even though to everyone else, we could all see that Mobius was being exceptionally condescending with, I know you are, and in the tone that he gave it, yet you could see that Loki still liked it. It didn't matter. It still filled that bucket for him.
I want you to be honest about why you do what you do.
liar.
I'm serious. All I seek is a deeper understanding of the fearsome god of mischief.
I know what this place is.
What is it?
It's an illusion.
So there we have it. This is what I believe is the premise of the show. This is, and maybe this is my own projection, this is his psychotherapy. Him finding out who he really is and why does he do the things that he does? Why has he done all of these horrible things? It doesn't really seem like at this stage of time Loki has any clue.
It's a cruel, elaborate trick conjured by the weak to inspire fear. A desperate attempt at control.
Woof. Okay, here we go. This is the entire Narcissist's world. It is a projection inspired by fear in order to gather control. Is this his own projection in order to feel control over all of the horrible things that he is now confronted with, that he has done, so that he can be at peace at it? Or perhaps me as a psychotherapist, I am projecting my own work onto the shows that I watch.
Always so perceptive about everyone but yourself.
We're all kind of blind to our own wounds and issues and problems. It's really hard and very painful for all of us to look and see our own flaws and the mistakes that we have made. That is the entire goal of psychotherapy. It is to be able to look at yourself in a more honest way so that you can be better. And that's the same reason why you can't do therapy to yourself, because we're blind to the mistakes that we make in order to keep ourselves going so we don't get soul crushed.
I love you, my sons. Remember this place. Home.
That's another relationship that matters so much to Loki. You can see him as he's crying and the emotions that kind of come through to him. This was the relationship that he needed, and probably the love and the want that he has. When we talk about why does Loki do what he does, that need for being loved and cared for and feeling validated, he didn't get a lot of that. Plus, he has this other very difficult relationship right in front of him.
Loki, I thought the world of you. I thought we were going to fight side by side forever.
And there we have it, the other very difficult relationship he has. Think about growing up with the golden boy, the one that everyone loves, that does everything perfectly. You're the god of mischief and he's the god of thunder. And he's handsome and everyone adores him and he's your parents' favorite. How easy is that for Loki? Why does Loki do what he does? Because anyone will want attention from their parents. And if they're not going to get it for doing the right thing, they'll do it for doing the wrong thing. And that can become a pattern you get stuck in.
The variant we're hunting is you.
I beg your pardon?
Ha! Of course, right? What would be the one thing that a narcissist would find as their greatest foe? Themselves. Because they are the greatest. And if they were fighting someone, they have to fight the smartest and the strongest and the most handsome and the most charming and the most great. And so Loki is fighting himself. Though I would say, aren't we all doing that? Isn't that who we all have to battle?
Superior version of yourself. That's it.
I'm not sure superior is actually quite the right word.
See, there it is, right there. I believed, stupidly, that insecure need for validation would motivate you to find the killer. Not because you care about the TVA mission or being a hero, but because you know this variant is better than you, and you can't take it.
Ow! I hurt for Loki. I hurt for his insecurity. He's just like taking that little dagger and just digging it into that narcissistic wound of there is someone that is not just you, but they're a better version of you. And if you want Loki to try to catch someone to prove, well, just to catch them because you need them to catch them, say that they're better than you are and watch him spin and have to fix it to prove that I'm actually better than she is. It also shows the amount of envy that narcissists have towards others in any realm that is even slightly closer to themselves, or that has someone that has more attention on them than they do, causes a lot of internal pain and angst for a narcissist.
I cut off your hair because I thought it'd be funny. And it's not. I crave attention. Because I'm a narcissist. And I suppose it's because I'm scared of being alone.
And there we have it. How do you find out if someone's a narcissist? Fastest way is to ask them. And so he admits. And because he was able to admit it, it also stopped this loop that went through his head of something that he has done that harmed someone else. He admitted why and what and how, and came a little bit closer to the truth of who he is. And this is what I think the entire Loki journey is about. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and join me for our next episode of Loki or one of my other reaction videos.